Hello everyone, CRA here with another update from the Avalanche ecosystem. If you've been following Avalanche at all over the past 2 weeks, I think you're not surprised at all to learn that today's video is going to be about Crabada. Crabada is a blockchain game, it's an idle game, but you can actually be pretty active, which is currently in beta. And you can already play it. All you need to do is get some crabs, which you can buy in the marketplace, which we'll look at in a moment. But essentially, this was one of the most hyped launches on Avalanche so far. You may have even seen some of your favorite Avalanche ecosystem people show off their crabs on Twitter. At the time of the token launch, there were also huge spikes in gas fees, so as you can imagine, this game has been hyped. If you've been sitting out on the sidelines, maybe just because you don't completely understand it, and this video is for you because I'm just going to walk through all of the things that you can currently do in the beta version of the app and teach you how to earn your own TUS and CRA tokens, which you can of course do with whatever you want. So the first place I want to show is actually outside of the game, because if you don't have a crab yet or 3 crabs, you cannot actually play the game at the moment. I've briefly taken 2 of my crabs out of the game. I have a third one that I left in the game, because 2 is all I need to show you what you can do on this screen. Real quick before we go to the marketplace, let me just quickly show you one of my characters. As you can see, this is a prime class crab. He has his stats here, and in my case, because this is pure, because I managed to breed in the whitelisting event, I have all the body parts of the same class. Because I haven't done much breeding or trading with this crab, the family and history parts are empty. If I did want to do any breeding, I could just go to breed, select a different crab, and then I could breed them together and they would generate one type of offspring. But basically these 2 wouldn't be a great match because they're very different. You kind of want to breed crabs that are similar, that have body parts that work together well to maybe create another pure because it gets extra bonuses. There may be other combinations that are really strong, but I think the mathematics on that are still being worked on. It's not completely public yet. But generally in the game, pures are good. If you do want to breed your crabs, there is a max breed count of 5, I think. And you need to spend a couple of tokens in order to do so. Now, if you don't have your own crabs yet, you need to buy them on the marketplace. You actually need to spend Treasure Under the Sea TUS tokens, so the in-game currency, to buy them. You can also buy eggs, which are just crabs that have not hatched yet, so you don't really know their stats. You can see their parents though, so you can get a little bit of an idea. And of course, you can do any filtering. So for example, if I wanted to breed my prime, I would probably look for other primes and find a good one to breed with here. It's also really good to keep an eye on the overview because you can see the latest buys and sells. So if something really good got listed quite cheap, you can see it here. And you can also get a bit of an idea of what the crabs are going for at the moment. Once you've purchased your crabs, you actually need to transfer them into the game. You can do that from within the game screen in your inventory. You just need to press transfer. And then select all the crabs you want to transfer into the game and press transfer as a single transaction. And then once it succeeds, the game will not recognize any Crabada you have in your inventory. That's because they're in the game. You can now find them in your manage team section. You can see them here. Now we can add them to our teams. You can have at most 3 teams, or we can rent them out in the tavern. If we go to rent it out in the tavern, we can click our Crabada that are not in the team and press rent out. And then we can send a price, and then other players can use them to, purchase backup in case they ever get into trouble. However, for this video, we're just going to add them to a team. So we have a team of 3 with which we can do mining or looting. So in order to add them to a team, we just click on an open slot and then add our crabs to the team. And with 3 crabs in the team, we can see our stats. Our battle points are essentially how good we are at fighting, and our mining points are how good we are at mining. Now, in order to play the game, we go to explore, and basically you have 2 different choices. You can do mining or you can looting. Now we're currently in a beta version, as I said, and I think currently looting is too strong. You can see there is no looting available right now because there's no active mines. But if you would go to world, you can see all the activities by every player. You can see that every single mine is being looted at the moment. There's a couple reasons looting is so strong. The first one is that you can do it more often than mining. And every time you win, you get 65% of the resources of the mining party, so it's really profitable. Now this wouldn't be so bad if looting was the high risk option, but actually it's a very safe option. I will show you in a moment, but first let's start our mining for today. So if I want to start mining, I go to active mines, and then I have no active mines at the moment, which makes sense because I only just assembled my team again. If I want to start a new mine, I go to start mining expedition, select a team, I only have 1, and then just do 1 simple transaction. And there we go, the mine is now active. The mine will be active for 4 hours. And if we open the mine, you can see there's a couple of stages. We started the mine at local time, and then there's basically 1.5 hours in which someone can attack me, and they probably will, in all honesty. And then the reason why looting is so strong is because the looter is always the last person to decide. So I selected the team, which has a certain combat power, And then a looter can just check if their team has a higher combat power, and if it is higher, they will win. Then I do have the option to reinforce twice, but the attacker can also reinforce twice. So every time I make the first decision, and then the looter just has to decide whether he wants to go over it or not. So basically the looter can always respond to whichever number I throw up and just put up a higher number, either from his own team or from the tavern. So yeah, as you can see, I just clicked out of it and I'm immediately under attack. And the team has a higher points. So like I just said, if I want to reinforce, I do not have any of my own crabs. I need to hire one from the tavern. And then I kind of like to sort this by price and then lowest to highest. And then I could get another, 200 points on top. And then I temporarily be ahead of him, but then he or she would know exactly how many points he needs to add on top of it as well. And unless I throw up a number that he absolutely cannot beat, and most scraps are, within a certain range, they're not that far apart from each other, I will almost always lose as the mining party at the moment. So that's why normally I don't bother hiring or reinforcing it. But like I said, we're currently in beta and the team is aware that looting is so strong at the moment. In my opinion, this order is the biggest thing. Like if we change this around somehow so that the looting party is the one who needs to initiate and that the defending party can decide whether they can win a round by hiring a certain, stronger character, I think that would already be better. I'm not sure if that's doable, but I'm hoping for a solution like that. Maybe also make it a little bit, take a little bit longer or get a little bit less rewards for looting than for mining as well. And that's basically the game as you can play it right now, but there are many more cool things on the roadmap, such as quest, PvE, in-game land, and also in-game items. Plus, of course, in the meantime, the team will probably be working on balance changes, and it looks like there will be some sort of Christmas event as well. But everyone, that's already it for the short intro to the Crabada game. Currently in beta, but you can already earn some cryptocurrencies, which are actually worth a decent amount if you play it well. Great community as well, terribly cute art. I'm really looking forward for myself to get a little bit more into the crab trading so I can get better matches, so I can really start breeding. If you've got any terribly cool crabs or very good strategies, please leave a comment down in the description. But for now, thank you so much for watching, hope to see you in the next one, and goodbye.